We're gonna do that again. I think we're gonna start with a game that was sort of a sequel to one of Konami's like biggest hits of the early '80s. So we're gonna talk a little bit about Time Pilot 84, Further into Unknown Space. Yeah, that's right. We're starting with a space shooter tonight. How about that? Now, of course, the original Time Pilot was a huge hit for Konami, huge hit for Century, who brought it out in the United States to license. The original Time Pilot was the original designer, Yoshiki Okamoto. He kind of like designed this game in secret. Like his bosses at Konami wanted him to like work on a driving game or something, and he thought the concept of Time Pilot was too good, so like he was like secretly making this game when he was secretly making the original Time Pilot when the bosses weren't looking. I think it got help from some programmers, but yeah, you know, they kind of made Time Pilot and then, you know, kind of presented it to them, and they're like, okay, yeah, I guess we can sell this, and hey, it ended up being a gigantic hit for Konami. But then by 1984, Mr. Okamoto left Konami because he didn't feel like he was being treated very fairly, and went to work with a new startup company called Capcom, and the rest was history. So Time Pilot 84, Konami actually like made this without any input from the original designer. They were just like, oh yeah, this is what Time Pilot did well for us. Let's make a sequel. But you didn't get the original designer on board. I mean, that's kind of fucked up. That'd be like if Konami did something like, say, I don't know, like they decided to make a new Metal Gear Solid 3 without Hideo Kojima being at the company. That'd be weird, right? You know, something like that. I'm just spitballing here. Anyway. Thrill to look at and fun to play. Well... yeah, Time Pilot, Gyrus, Track and Field. Konami was... yeah, they put out a lot of good games in the early 80s. And... I don't know if I saw this game when it was brand new, but I think cabinets were definitely out there. Like, I think this game might have done okay for them just because... you know, it had the Time Pilot name, but I don't think it left a very enduring legacy, because nowadays it feels like the only place I ever like see these cabinets are at like conventions, and like at like PRGE or the Tacoma Pinball Show. I guess Grinkers might have had a cabinet of this. So again, this is kind of skirting the edge of, is this game really that obscure? But I feel like it's close enough. You saw this game on vacation, and that was the only time you ever saw it? Yeah. It does feel like it would be one of those games you saw once and then never again. And yeah, it was kind of unported until it's on the Arcade Archives now. But it didn't get an official port. So the question is, why not? Why did this game not go on to strike the same success as the original Time Pilot? Just bad timing? 84 was a tough year for arcades. Very well could be. But maybe we should play it and find out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Never mind, I just got shot. Okay. This game's sound effects are really loud. Yeah, further into unknown world with a period at the end. The period is important. I'd put it on the thing on the info bar on the right, but I think it would make everything too small. This demo's lasting for a while. Did the demo actually clear a stage? That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's play the game. First bonus 20,000 and every 60,000. Konami. So it is like the original in that it's a you know, kind of a free movement shmup. You can go up and down and all around. Very much like I want to say Time Pilot was kind of inspired by Namco's game Bosconian. In that you're always in the center of the screen and kind of have to dodge stuff that way. So what does this game do differently? It has a button, too. It has a lock-on button. Ooh, there's the, Ow! That was the extra life formation if I actually killed them, but I fucked up. Alright, we'll keep playing. So it's got a new button, too, that's used to, like, lock on to enemies. Like, these things that are flying around, these things on the ground, you can't destroy them with conventional shots. You have to wait for the lock-on indicator and then hit button 2. And you can only have, like, 2 missiles on screen at a time. Nice double KO there on the boss. Oh, that actually did take me to stage 2. Okay. So it's like the original in that there's a quota for every stage. You have to kill a... Did that give me an extra life? I found another secret. Cool. That was the biplane from Time Pilot. So, just like the original game, there is a... My god, I am bad at this. There's a quota you have to reach before the boss plane shows up. The boss jet, boss ship, whatever you want to call it. Problem is, the game doesn't tell you. Like, in the original Time Pilot, it showed you, like, how many enemies left you had to, like, kill at the bottom screen. This game doesn't do that, so you just kind of, like, fly around a lot, and... You know, eventually the boss is going to show up. Okay, once you see that, you know the boss is showing up. Which you can only kill with a lock-on target. Sigh. Hello, Doc Mac. Sophia Rose, thank you for the 3 months. Thank you for the sub. I am playing really bad at this. I'm gonna have to switch to stick. I'm having a hard time dodging shit. Oh, look at this thing. Bonus 1K. Lord Dino! With the big 41. What's up, Dino? How's it going? There goes the scam train. Oh my god. Okay, that was a really bad credit. Thank you for playing. At least the game's pretty polite. I'll get up on that. Dying to allergies. Eesh. Sorry to hear. It is that time of year. Alright, let's try this again. I wanna have a good credit of this. All the levels look futuristic. I mean, yeah. That's definitely, like, part of the appeal of the original Time Pilot, I think, is that, you know, you were going through time. Like, every level was, like, a different time period. So you'd have, like, different enemies. And, I mean, there wasn't really, like, much in the way of, like, backgrounds, because you were just in the sky. I mean, obviously, the color of the sky would change a bit, but for the most part, like, you know, this is just Time Pilot without, like, the time traveling. Like, you're just always in the future. Ultimo, thank you for the 121 bits. Konami making their own bootleg? Yeah, kinda. I mean, maybe this part's a time travel, but, like, it doesn't tell you, like, where you're going. Like, what year am I in now? These things are worth... Oh my god! Jesus Christ. So this is the other problem I have with the game, is that you have, like, a lot of these targets you have to be, like, close to lock on. And then by the time you get close enough, like, it's hard to get out of the way of their shots. I guess it's a real risk-reward thing. But you get a big 8,000 if you can do it, you know? That's cool. But yeah, every stage is some... mostly seems like some futuristic thing. These stages that are very purple. The boss can't show up until these guys are gone. Uh-oh. Got his ass. Yeah, I don't know. This game's color palette is just very bleh. I don't know how to put it into words. It's very unappealing. It's not very colorful. Yeah, super Game Boy ass looking game. And I don't know, it's like gameplay-wise, it's mostly Time Pilot, but yeah, like I'm not sure how much of a fan I am of the whole lock-on button. Also, I think like every boss is the same. Like it's just this circular thing shooting homing missiles at you. Like every stage in Time Pilot, well, 5 stages per loop. Every stage was like a different boss. Because you were like going through different time periods, and that was pretty neat. You wanted to see what happened next. But this game is just kind of... it gets to be like kind of samey. So I don't know. I've gotten really bad at this for some reason. That homing missile could not fucking lock on. Alright, I guess I killed enough enemies.
Zazie wins!
Proud, thank you for that 17 months. Thank you for the resub. Yeah, here we are. I mean, like, the enemies are still changing. Like, the enemies you have to lock onto have, like, different patterns. Eventually, they're gonna, like, loop around. I don't remember how many stages it takes for that. Whoop, whoop. Whenever it makes that whoop, whoop... oh, there was the biplane. That was an extra life. So there are, like, secrets on every stage. If you fly over certain parts, like, certain enemies will show up. And you kill those enemies, you get a 1-up, so... but it's like, hard to like, zero in on where they are. Because everything just kind of looks the same. Oh. These enemies don't stop. I'm just gonna play for survival. Oh! That's what that guy does, okay. Alright, I'll just keep flying around and killing stuff and hope I hit the quota. I have no idea how close I am to the quota. I guess I made it. Okay, if that guy fires missiles, you're fucked. That's cool. I was trying to stay away from it because last time I got too close, I got shot. So I kind of hoped I could get away, but... hey, this stage looks cool. Okay, now they're doing like a mixture of the enemies. So they're running out of ideas. Whoop, whoop. I scrolled one of the enemies off the screen so I didn't get the full bonus. So good. I only have 2 homing missiles on screen at a time. Nice. Okay. I think the next extra life is at like 140,000. Yeah, you can't really compare this to a 1990 game, I'm afraid. That's not very fair. There we go. I know eventually this game does get very... It just kind of keeps getting a little more difficult. I think eventually, like, it kind of, like, maxes out in terms of difficulty, but... I'm not sure, like, what the high score is on this. I know I've gotten, like, 400,000, but it might have been on, like, different settings. I'm not sure if it was, like, on these settings. But yeah, that's, like, one of the big things here. Like, what does this game, like, really do that makes it worth playing over the original Time Pilot? Like, okay, you've got the lock-on button. You've got enemies you can only hit with lock-on missiles. Okay, what else? There's secret stuff in the levels. The backgrounds are... You're not in space, or you're not in the sky all the time, but that kind of works against it, though. Because, like, it's kind of cool at first, but, like, it's just not very exciting in terms of, like, progression. It's just like, oh, it's another stage like this. Alright, well, cool. It's like I said, it was... You kind of wanted to see what was going to happen in the next time zone on the original Time Pilot. Even if it was only 5 stages, but then you get to the 5th stage, it's like, oh man, we made it to the future. We're shooting UFOs in the future year of 2010 or whatever it was. Ugh. Yeah, maybe if you don't compare it to Time Pilot, it's a little better. I mean, this game isn't, like, unplayable. Like, it's not bad. But at the same time, it just feels unnecessary. It's better than Vanguard 2, at least. Like, it's... Like, Vanguard 2 is, like, the same style of game. We looked at that with the SNK games in 1984. Vanguard 2 was completely different from the original Vanguard in terms of gameplay. Man, the demo is cooking. Look at these dodges. It got the extra life. It got... Oh. I had to open my big mouth. At least the demo's, like, actually showing stuff. But yeah, I don't know, it's... This game is fine, but... You kind of expect better from a Time Pilot sequel, which is... which is to be expected, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna do a poll. We're gonna try to rate this game on a scale of 1 to 5 bongos. If you have played it, what do you think of Time Pilot 84? If you haven't played it, do you think this game deserved better? Would you be likely to play this game had you come across a cabinet of it? That's what we're trying to figure out. Man, I forgot to grab the Gully Ghost music. I was gonna do that and make that the new voting music here. Oh well. Maybe next week. Yeah, it's alright. The anime vacuum eating, that's a scam train emote. I have no control over that. Man, this game is really loud. I can still hear the sound effects. Yeah. 71% gave it a 3. Yeah. I can't really disagree with that. Like I said, I've enjoyed my time with it. Like, you can play a credit of it and not feel completely ripped off. You can fly around and shoot stuff, but it's still just lacking that oomph, chutzpah that the original Time Pilot had. So it just kind of feels a little unnecessary. But like I said, the closest thing to compare this to in 1984 would be Vanguard 2, and I think this game is way better than Vanguard 2. Vanguard 2 was rough. I think free-range shmups can work. It's just kind of tricky to get it right. I'm sorry, I love that emote combination. But yeah, Time Pilot 84, it's fine. That's my back of the box review. It's fine. Alright.